All right, let's jump into the problem. In the xy plane above, the parabola y equal to a parentheses x minus h all squared has one intercept, 4, 0. So we got 4, 0 here as one of my intercept. If the y-intercept of the parabola is 9, so the y-intercept right here, as we can clearly see, is 9, what is the value of a? So firstly, we're going to kind of emphasize, if this is my y-intercept, the intercept right here going to simply be 0, 9. That's going to be my coordinate, and also 4, 0. Now the question is asking us to find the value of a. So what I'm simply going to do first is write the equation y equal to a x minus h all squared. Now firstly, I'm going to use the coordinate 4, 0. And under this consideration here, I'm going to put 0 for my y. This is going to simply be a. My x going to be 4 minus h squared. Now here, with this being the case, I'm going to use this now to solve for my h. Now it is understood, looking at this parabola right here, that a is not equal to 0. And if a is not equal to 0, I can then go through and solve. So firstly, I'm going to divide both sides by a. So I'm going to have 0 divided by a equal to 4 minus h all squared. Simply going to be 0 equal to 4 minus h all squared. Taking the square root of both sides, I'm going to get 0 equal to 4 minus h. So h here going to simply be equal to 4. All right, so that's it for my h. Now I still need to find my a. So to find my a, what I'm simply going to do, again, I'm going to use the equation one more time. So it's a different color. So this is y equal to a x minus h squared. Now I'm going to use the coordinate 0, 9. So to use 0, 9, what I'm going to have is 9 equal to my a. Here my x simply going to be 0 minus my h, and h here is going to be 4 squared. As a result, I'm going to get 9 equal to a negative 4 squared, which is simply going to be 9 equal to 16a. So as a result, a going to be equal to 9 divided by 16, and that completes this problem. Alright, the graph of the equation y equal to a x minus 1 parentheses x plus 5 is a parabola with vertex hk. If the minimum value of y is negative 12, what is the value of a? Alright, so the first thing that we need to know is the intercept. So let's start off with y equal to a x minus 1. We got x plus 5. So to find my x-intercepts, I simply can make, so for my x-intercepts, I simply can make y equal to 0. So that's going to be y equal to a x minus 1 x plus 5. As a result, I'm going to get x minus 1 equal to, I'm going to get x equal to x plus equal to 0. So this here going to suggest that x is going to be equal to 1 and x equal to minus 5. Now they told us we got a minimum graph, so the graph is minimum, looking something like this, and I got my zeros at negative 5 and I got 1. So if that is the case, right here, the midpoint of this, my h value, this is going to be hk, which is going to be the midpoint. H going to be the midpoint between negative 5 and 1. So h then simply going to be equal to negative 5 plus 1 divided by 2. So that's going to be negative 4 divided by 2, which is simply going to be negative 2. So that's going to be my h. Now my k value was already given in the problem, so I know then for my hk, my coordinate simply is negative 2, negative 12. Now to simplify, to find a now, all I simply need to do, let me just switch colors, is just plug in now x to be negative 2 and y to be negative 12 in the initial equation that was given. So this then going to be negative 12 equal to a. This here going to be negative 2 minus 1. It's going to be negative 2 plus 5. So I'm going to get negative 12 equal to a times negative 3 times 3. So I'm going to get negative 12 equal to a times negative 9. Now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 9. Divide both sides by negative 9. So this here going to give me negative 12 over negative 9. 3 can go into both. 3 into 12 is 4. 3 into 9 going to be 3. So my a going to be 4 over 3 because the negative get completely reduced.